Now, 43 teams from 31 countries competing in an online chess contest spanning the globe. The difference, all of the players are behind bars. 4 of them are in Wandsworth Prison, one of the largest jails in England and Wales, and one of 9 now running chess clubs. Advocates claim that taking part in the game can play a role in rehabilitating inmates for life outside, as well as providing a way out of an often violent prison culture. Our Home Affairs correspondent, Andy Davies, has this report.
When you enter a prison like Wandsworth and its immense echoing central hall, there are many sounds you expect to hear, but not this. And the intense quiet which follows. We join a game between cellmates. So tactically, how are you approaching this?
Well, the very basic is just to try to take over the center, which is at these 4 squares. And once you control the 4 squares, you pretty much control the game. A lot like football.
Teaching them are Peter Sullivan and Malcolm Payne, the England chess team manager whose charity now runs chess clubs in 9 prisons.
I asked a few psychologists before, when I first had the idea of prison chess, I was sort of thinking, well, you know, how will it work? What will be the benefits? And indeed, I remember very clearly what one of them said, which was that distraction is an excellent idea. If a prisoner can forget where they are for even just a few minutes, then that will, you know, that will be beneficial. I think, though, that genuinely what learning chess in prison does, and a lot of people here in the club have learned chess in prison, is giving them a life skill, something they can do on the outside, something that will help them integrate when they're released.
Check.
Knight c3.
Knight c3, exactly. That's what I play in this position. That's what I play.
Chess as a means to help reduce reoffending is gaining more support, seemingly, in many a criminal justice system.
You got to castle your king.
In October, for the first time, the Ministry of Justice allowed England's prison chess team restricted internet access to compete in the first ever World Prison Online Championship. Prisoners in Wandsworth made a film about it. 4 of them competed. England came 7th out of 31 countries.
Do you see this as a form of rehabilitation, or is it just a means to relieve the boredom of being in prison?
Oh, 100%. It is a form of rehabilitation. One thing it teaches you, for instance, is that to think before you make a move. And I think it's quite applicable in life to always think before you do something. And I feel like in prison in particular, there's a lot of people that lacked that ability, which pretty much landed them in prison to begin with, you know.
Including yourself?
Including myself, unfortunately, to say.
The wing will have now tables, actually, you know. It is quite nice because you get like 2 people playing and 5 people just watching around, you know, trying to provoke each other, who is going to win, who is better. So it is quite fun. It is something new, and it's quite rehabilitating, I would say.
In what way?
Intellectual way. So you challenge yourself intellectually. Your brain works.
Here, the prison officer who helped start this weekly club plays triumphant prisoner.
Checkmate, officer. Oh.
That's all right, it's done.
What's that, 3 times? 3 times.
So how long have you both been playing chess?
About a year for me.
About 6 months for me.
6 months. What impact does it have on the wing? I mean, what are the benefits, do you think?
It's a welcome distraction for them, and it's a way for them to concentrate and actually build relationships with each other. I mean,
and with you as staff?
And with staff as well, yeah. And the most interesting part is that you can have an old Russian guy, you know, from one wing who's never spoken to a black boy from South London who's on the other side before, but they can play a game of chess. That's quite interesting. I like that part. Yeah.
2 different worlds meet.
Yeah.
It is impressive, but it is just one scheme. We weren't allowed to film on the wings in the prison. To help assess this in the context of what many consider a wider prison system in crisis, creaking under the strain of overcrowding, violence, the pandemic, and inadequate access to rehabilitation programs.
This chess club, looks great, but it isn't the reality across the prison system that there remain glaring deficiencies in terms of prisoners getting adequate access to rehabilitation programs.
There are lots of different ways of offering rehabilitation programs in the prison service, and what we try and do is adapt the rehabilitation to the prisoner's different needs. In a prison where most people stay short term like Wandsworth, we try to offer activities that people can learn quickly and that they can take with them to another prison or that they can take outside with them.
See, you rushed me into it. You rushed me into it.
Sorry about that.
It is a cheerful club, said one observer recently, in an often cheerless place. Cheap too say its proponents clearly passionate about the value of chess in a setting like this, and quietly, it seems, with each move, winning admirers.
Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.
After you leave prison, will you carry on playing?
Oh, that's 100%. I'm already thinking that I will always, at this point on out, I have some chess set. That's one of the first things I'm going to do, is get myself a nice chess set. I think this will follow me for the rest of my life.
That report from Andy Davies.